Here we go. We're recording. So, people, me and
Keith.
the King here, me and the King here have been having an awesome conversation, and I said, look, I'd really like to do this on my channel, because the stuff we're talking about, everybody can do it. Everybody can do it, man. You can all do it. Anyone that's awake, that's doing the work, that's connected, you can all do it. You just have to trust what's happening. So I said, let's press record, man. And Keith very kindly, sorry if I doxed you then, so I can edit that out. If I've doxed you, I can edit that out. Do you mind?
No, the first name is fine, I guess.
Yeah. This is Keith, ladies and gentlemen, Keith the King. And you know the most beautiful thing about Keith the King? That's my middle name, is Keith. Richard Keith Avery. My straw man's middle name, I should say. My straw man's middle name is Richard Keith Avery. So, yeah. So, Keith, we were talking about your ability to basically create a movie in your head with characters that you can, not always, but you can sometimes interact with, and the detail and how real it is for you in your imagination. I was discussing the similarity with how I feel about the Magic Treehouse. When I think about the Magic Treehouse, when I say the words, it's just there. Everything's there. It's all in its place, and everything's in the same place every time. Like it's like it's an actual place. And we're discussing about how we can bring these visualizations into reality. So, go on, mate. I'm gonna let you speak.
Okay. So one of the things I did was I closed my eyes and then I created a scene. Okay. And then I brought the actors in. It was kind of crowded, but yeah, that was okay.
Was it like, like on the Matrix? Like on the Matrix when they go into that white room and then they're in the middle of the city. Can you imagine yourself in the middle of a city? Could it be that detailed, or is it you're in a room, or you're in an open space, or what's the setting?
I think it could have been like a restaurant or something.
Yeah, nice.
So what I did is I created the room, brought the actors in, and then I said hit play. And then from everything else on, I didn't know what was going to happen. I just watched it. And my head created the video.
Your
and then
mind. Do you mean you didn't think about it? You just let it happen.
I just let it happen.
So maybe it wasn't your mind. That's the thing. Or if our minds are antennas, maybe you were tuning into something.
Could be.
Or
but really, I created the room, put the actors in, and let them do whatever they wanted to do. And then I decided to mingle in there. And I was talking to actors. Well, they were actors, but they were playing their parts, so they weren't really acting.
Did they know that they were actors? They didn't know they were actors, did they? It was like,
no.
Or was it like a Truman Show? Like they all knew they were actors?
I don't know whether they knew they were actors. They were just playing their part.
Yeah. And that's what we all need to do, though, isn't it? This is what I'm saying, is that this is life is a movie. Reality, your reality is a movie. Everyone's movie is different and unique. But everyone's the thing that's the same in everybody's movie, the one thing that's the same is that you're the main protagonist of your movie. I'm not the main protagonist of your movie. You are. And I'm not directing your movie. You are. I am a co-producer of your movie, because, and especially if I like what's going on in your movie, I can really become a co-producer and invest in it, invest my time, invest my imagination and everything, and then it makes it makes it even more, doesn't it? So this idea that life is a movie, and you, the character, because you're the director, um we could say your higher self is the director. You can choose what character you want to play. You can be whatever type of person character that you want to be. You can be nice, you can be honest, you can be loyal. Like with the game Red Dead Redemption 2, you have a reputation meter, um, and you can be really good and trusted and honest, and everybody thinks, yeah, Arthur, what an awesome guy. Or you can be a complete low down, dirty rat, thief, murdering bastard, and everybody's scared of you. And it's the same in life. It's exactly the same in life. That's how they're always trying to tell us with the computer games. They're really telling you exactly how it is in life. Life is a computer game. It is a movie, and so you choose your character. But then, if you own it, if you own your character and you own your role, you be that character, everything will happen according to what that character's role is in your movie. Your movie will happen as you want it to happen if you assume the role that you want to take, and that's taking control of your own free will, isn't it?
Yeah, I do think that's that's true. One thing I do think is there are dark games which
Yes.
people are playing, and I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
is design. There's an agenda behind that to
right.
have people kill people virtually, perhaps.
I've been thinking about this. Okay, now obviously I don't know. I actually don't know what is really truly happening, because in my movie all of that is background. That's all background information that's going on. I'm not involved in it. I don't play a role in it. I'm not a character in that movie. The only way I'm a character in that movie is that I'm this guy, or I was, sorry, I was up until last week, I was a guy that was screaming and like getting pissed off with people that they couldn't see it, and screaming and shouting about it. Why, you need to pay attention to this. And it's like I wasn't trying to force my perception of what was happening on everybody, but I was screaming my perception of what was going on at everybody, hoping that they'd agree, and knowing that a lot of people do, because so many people have the same perception of what's happening right now. But if these controllers, they know exactly what buttons to push. They know exactly what levers to pull, exactly what strings to pull or cut. And if we're all like, the Wizard of Oz, and white sweep back the curtain, and it's just this tiny little man. He's just nothing. He's like just speaking through a loudspeaker, and he's got a big hologram of a scary face. It's not him. It's just this little man. That analogy of what's going on right now, I hadn't fully appreciated until now.
Yeah,
I thought I
can I
did. I thought I
say
did appreciate it, but I didn't until now. Say again.
say something about? I'm going to say something about the Wizard of Oz. Oh, Dorothy
Yeah.
in what happened? She was fed amphetamines and
Right.
drugs during that movie.
Dude. In the making of the movie, I don't doubt. I don't doubt that she was. The thing is, Were you there at the making of that movie? Were
Of
you
course not.
actually there? Did you see it happen? Or do you know anybody that was actually there and saw it happen? Do you?
Well,
Honestly,
I've come.
just be honest with yourself. Do you?
No, I mean, someone made a video
No.
about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. Right. I'll stop you right there.
So,
Someone
like,
made a video about it. Do you
someone.
know the person? Do you know the person who made the video about it?
No,
Were they there?
possibly
Where did they get that information from about it? Is what I'm saying. Why did they make a video about it?
because they wanted to share it. I guess.
Put it in your mind.
Maybe.
They wanted to put it in your mind.
Also, in this acting, there was like the Wicked Witch who was covered with green. The story goes that nearly poisoned her. Well, it did poison her. She had to
Right.
rest.
We know. Listen, but like you said, the story goes. The story goes. The narrative is that this is what happened. This is the narrative for Hollywood. Okay. This is the narrative for Hollywood, and for a long time, we thought the narrative was one thing. Now we're being told the narrative is something completely different. But not one of us lives or works in Hollywood or knows anybody that lives or works in Hollywood. All we see is on the screen. All we see is third-hand information from people that are doing it for a variety of different reasons. There's all different people are doing it for their own fame. That is their own agenda. They want to make money. They want to they want to get famous on YouTube. They want to have notoriety. They want to be recognized. They want validation. There's people that are doing it because they desperately want people to wake up, because if this is really happening, we have to stop it. We absolutely have to stop it if it's actually really happening. But the thing is, until we go there and make ourselves part of that story, we won't know if it is actually really happening, or if it's just part of a background narrative that's been written to distract you from realizing exactly who you are. Bear with me 1 second. It's Roxanne. I'm just gonna have to answer it. You know Roxanne, don't you? Hang on 1 sec. Roxy, baby. Yes. Nice. Oh, you got your coffee and everything, man. Listen. I am. Let me just show you. All right. Do you mind going on? Because this is all being recorded on, not live, but it's on Skype. So, Rox, this is Keith.
Hello. Hi.
Keith is Astro King. Astro King. I don't know if you should know Astro King.
I think
yeah, we've met.
That name.
Yeah, you've met.
I think we've met in real life.
Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
I think. Am I right, Keith?
Yes, you are correct.
Yes.
Bang bang. Come on.
Yes. Yes, it was Robin Campbell's. The Flat Earth meeting.
Oh, I hope all is good with you.
Yeah.
Did you
Fine.
hear that? We were just having the best conversation, and I said to him, May, I'd really like to record this. We should have this conversation all over again and record it and put it then put it up on a channel. And I was thinking about when can we do it? When can we do it? And fuck it, let's just do it now, man. We'll do it now. We're speaking now. Let's do it now, innit? So, do you want to come in on the call?
Is it Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to redo my whole Skype account, bro. So just bear with me, and I'll do it on my phone now.
Yeah.
Give me like 4 or 5 minutes, and then it'll probably be a new account now. I don't know if it's a new account.
No worries, just find me.
Give me a second.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
Nice one.
I'll message you. Yeah.
All right, nice one.
I'll come back in a sec.
All right, babe. See you soon.
So the other thing I was talking about, in my imagination, when I close my eyes, I created a walk in the park, and then all the grass, trees, houses in the distance, and I was walking in the park, and it was a beautiful feeling because everything looked real. And then I said, well, let's make it snow. And immediately snow come down and there's snow on the ground, and I was walking in the snow.
Did you say it or
Okay?
did you think it? Did you say it
I
to
think
yourself in your head, or did you,
I
or
thought it.
in the in the scene, right? Were you walking and say, let's make it snow, and it snowed, or were you
Yeah.
walking and you thought, let's make it snow, and it snowed?
Well, I said in my head, let's make it snow, and it was immediate.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what that? Do you know what it reminds me of? Right? Did you see Battlestar Galactica?
What, like the new
Right,
one
there
or
was
the old?
Battlestar Galactica in the 1980s, and then they
Yeah,
remade it in 2005 and told the whole story, continued the whole story. The new one is just brilliant, right? The new one is kind of telling us the truth about the situation now. The what gets created in the new one is the cyborgs look human. You wouldn't know that they weren't, that they were cyborgs. And they were trying to do this test to find out who the cyborgs were, because it was so, the only way that you knew that it was a cyborg was there were only, I can't remember, it was like 9 or maybe 8 models. Yeah, there was only 8 or 9 models made. And so there were these replicas all through, all through the galaxies. It was exactly the same, looking, aesthetically looking exactly the same, but because it had lived a different life, it was a different character, completely different character. So you had, and they didn't know who they were. They didn't know who they were, but there were 5 of them that were the originals, right? And they basically, they're the ones that created the whole artificial intelligence cyborg technology thing. They're the ones that were originally, they transferred their consciousness into a computer, and then that's what got printed into the avatars, right? And when they go back to their mothership or their motherships, their surroundings are whatever they want them to be. So, and it like they could be stood next to each other, and one would have the perception that she's in this beautiful chalet in the mountains with snow, and it's just really beautiful, and there's a fire crackling. But the one that she's talking to, her perception of the place could be that they're in a bar in downtown New York, and there's a band playing, right? But their two perceptions don't that because it's within their avatar, it's like they don't, or they can share the perception, but it's completely whatever that, like it's like your movie, like your scene, like let's make it snow, and it snows. So it's told to us through that's actually that's something that we can do anyway. And we used to do it when we were children. We all did it when we were children, didn't we?
Yeah, I can tell you the first time it happened was about 15 years ago. And then I did it with cartoon characters. So I created all the cartoon characters. And then because I knew all the characters, I also knew the voice that went with the character. And then
Yeah.
I just hit play again. And I just watched a cartoon that I created in my head, and I didn't know the ending.
Do you know one of the things that stopped me from doing that? Because I used to do that when I was a kid, but one of the reasons I stopped doing it was because what I really wanted to be able to do was take what I had in my head, in my mind, put it on the screen, man, or put it on the page. You know, draw it on the page and then have it actually animate on the page. I wanted so desperately to make everything physical, what I was doing in my head. And because I didn't have the talent to be able to do that, I went away from art, and then that took me away from that sort of imagination, you know, from thinking about, the only time I think about fantasy and stuff would be when I read a book, and rather than thinking about it all the time. And cartoons, and you know, but I went with music instead. Because I found that I could the music that played in my head, I could actually make a much better job of putting that into making that into a reality. And it's not a physical, yeah, it's physical, you have to play the notes and everything, but you know, it's frequency, it's not it's a different frequency, it's not light frequency, it's sound frequency. So
Well, the other thing I can do, I just found this out sort of like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can create a song on the fly. So I've never
yeah,
written
I
a song.
saw that. I read that in the message you sent. You can. So, do you mean in the same way then? In the same way, you can create a whole song in your mind, and it's playing in your mind. You know that what that song is, or can you actually transpose that onto into a digital form?
I could probably write the words down, but every time I think of the words, they will be different, more or less.
The words change.
Words
Have you
change.
ever written the words down? You should write the words down.
Maybe, yeah.
When you've got the song the first time, write the words down, and then because what the words change because you're singing different verses,
Yeah.
and
And
there's countless verses.
I make up the words to the way I want to think. I actually performed the song in this kebab place. I said,
Yeah,
look,
you've got a
you've
guitar, haven't
done
you?
me a couple of favours. I said, you've done me a couple of favours in the past. I'll tell you what I do. I'm going to sing you a song. And I did. I just created up the words.
Did you have a guitar, or did you just
No,
sang it?
I just
Acapella.
sang it. Yeah.
Acapella. Go on, son. Nice.
Yeah.
So
I have to be in the right frame of mind, and I'm not exactly in the right frame of mind.
oh no, I understand. I feel you completely. Me too.
What happens is I get the talents, I do the different things, and then the talent fades away. And then a few weeks later, I get a new talent, and that comes in. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is it the talent, or is it the inspiration? I think the talent exists, the imagination, and that the talent exists in that sense. I think what you're talking about is the inspiration. Sometimes you're inspired to do this, sometimes you're inspired to do that, but whatever it is that you're inspired to do, you can do it. When you come to do it, you can do it.
So I think what the thing was, I wanted to sing a song to this person, and that was the motivation to do it. And
Yeah,
then I just started to do it. And every time, sometimes I thought it was some good words, sometimes I forgot. I tried again, and all the words come out differently. I tried again, and basically all the words come out differently again.
yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because what that was instantaneous. Right, it was instant creation. That wasn't making one pottery dish and putting it on the side and saying, there we go, that's my creation. That was just constantly making a dish and a plate and and a cup and a dish and a plate, and and like just constantly creating, and that's
The only
really.
other time I tried to write a song is I did the words from Sound of Silence, and I changed the words to make it a parody. In fact, it was a COVID parody.
Oh, you said yes. You told. Did you send it to me?
I, I might have it somewhere.
I think you sent it to me. I'm sure you sent
I
it
did
to me.
send it to you. It's on my computer, which is now broke, so I can't send it. But it's in your history, I think.
Yeah, it'll be in my history. Did you send it to me on email or on Skype?
It'd be in the Skype history.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's no worries then. Yeah, yeah, you sent it to me, man. I'll go and find that. I'll go back and find that because yeah, I remember that, man. It was brilliant, and I should have made a video about it. I should have put it up. Man. But anyway, I want to
I've
talk
never.
about that. I want to talk about the experience that you had with the young lady. Very beautiful interaction. So don't get it twisted when I say young lady. So come on, tell us, man.
So I was walking in the town, and it was like near the bus stops, and I saw this girl, and I had to stop. And all I said to her is, "Why are you so sad?"
Because you felt it when, as you walked past her, you got hit by a wave of sadness. Yeah.
And then she came out and said, "Yeah, like nobody loves me, and my parents don't love me, and I feel so sad."
So
And she,
she'd obviously right. She'd obviously just had or she had stuff going on, like actually currently going on in her life that was really bringing her down. And the
yeah,
biggest part of that was that she didn't feel like she had any love in her life. As in anybody sort of loving her for unconditional reasons, just loving her for her. It, that's what she was saying basically. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, she sort of like told her like a mini story of what was happening, and then we just looked at each other. So I asked her name, and she gave me her name, and then we looked at each other again, and then we both felt compelled to give each other the biggest hug possible.
Well, you felt compelled to give
So,
her a hug, and she was very appreciative of it and hugged you back. And
yeah,
then, and you sort of you stopped the embrace, didn't you? And looked at each other, and it's just like, nah, let's have another hug, man. That felt good.
yeah. So we had a second hug,
Yeah,
and then we stepped back, and we were looking at each other sort of like eye to eye, and then we
yeah,
decided to have a third hug. And this is
yeah.
in the middle of the
Because it
street.
felt safe. The thing is, it's
Yeah,
because I think what happened there, the beautiful thing that happened there was that you gave her a hug, and she realised. Well, after the first hug, she realised you were just giving her a hug, man, and it felt really good, and she really liked it. So she went in for another one, and then it was like, yeah, man, this is really fucking nice. And you're meant to hug for, is it 12 seconds? It's
well,
meant, or 17 seconds or something. It's meant to, if you let it, if you, when you hug, if you hold the embrace for a certain length of time, there's something that actually like energetically happens, and it's a very beneficial thing for both people if it's a warm embrace.
yeah. I don't think it was as long as I think it was probably about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah,
But
but you did it three
if you
times. Listen,
multiply that
you
by
did it
three,
three times, dude. That's the beautiful thing. You did it three times, and it was like, it's like just a few seconds each time, but that it's like it all adds up to 12. It's like I bet it all added up to the perfect, exactly the length of time that you're meant to hug for. That's why you went back in for the second and the third one, because your higher selves were saying to you, no, 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 keep hugging, keep hugging. Keep hugging. Don't stop yet. Don't stop yet.
Yep.
Okay, you're good now, man. That's good. It's beautiful, mate. I love that. I love that interaction. I wish that happened more. Like, if everybody realized that everybody's got real bad shit going on, man. Everyone's got bad shit going on, and my shit isn't more important than your shit, and your shit isn't more important than my shit. Hang on. I gotta bring. That was Roxanne. I'm just gonna bring her in. Sorry, mate. You don't mind, there?
Of course. Carry on, mate.
Hang on. Hang on a sec. There we go.
Hi Keith, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Great.
I'm gonna edit some music in with this, man.
Love it. I've got my tea.
Cool, nice one. And do you know the most beautiful thing about this? Is that you can just chuck Keith for a second while I make hot chocolate.
Love that.
Wow.
Go on, you go make your hot